Welcome back. My name is Teresa and I'm very much alive. I have an awful, garbage, filthy mouth where sometimes, just sometimes, I tend to use the word fuck as a comma. It's amazing. If you're not into that or weird stuff in general, this is definitely not the place for you, boo-boo. Feel free to exit the video here. No harm, no foul. But I'll remember our Tom fondly. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some good old KKW Beauty. And if you have been living under a rock, KKW will be rebranding. And I imagine it's because it's to drop the W. Although I've read some articles that say that's not the case. So that's me speculating. Coincidence? I don't think so, Tim. Anyway, I'm actually really curious to see what the new style is gonna be. But with that said, let's do one last proper review before we send this brand to the cosmetics graveyard, where it will rise out of the ashes and be reborn as KK Beauty, Kim Beauty, or Kim Vegan Beauty, or something like that. KKW Beauty released the Camo Collection. In this collection, you get a palette, shadow sticks, highlighters, and some semi-matte lipsticks. For this review, I only picked up the palette and the highlighter. The other two products didn't really interest me. So with that said, let's talk about the palette first.
The Camo Pressed Powder Palette features 12 shades formulated for easy layering and blending. The matte shadows provide a velvety finish and array of universal neutral earth tones. The buttery smooth metallic shadows can be used wet or dry, with brushes or fingers, effortlessly adding shimmery dimension to any eye look.
This palette retails for $52. However, you can pick it up for $41.60. In a way, if my crystal ball wasn't so fucking dirty, I would have just waited. But it is what it is. That said, I do have two other palettes from KKW, and I've always enjoyed the quality. I think they're really good basic bitch palettes. Are they the best formula in the land? No, but they're pretty fucking solid. So this palette has 12 shades, 7 mattes, 1 duochrome, and 4 shimmer shades. This palette is pretty much the same size as any other KKW palette, except it's in this beautiful camouflage packaging. Oh my god, I can't see you! Sorry. I like that it has a camo flare to it. However, I was very confused with the campaign photos for this palette, especially with the no pants, high boots situation. I'm sure that's what's going to be waiting for me in hell. That and my daddy issues, but whatever. That said, you do get this nice lovely mirror and this lovely swampy yet sophisticated color story. This palette is equivalent to like a nice grungy color story that borders on high class baby shit. Think about it, it makes sense. Starting with the first row, Trench, a matte muted beige taupe, Army, a metallic gunmetal green, vintage khaki, matte olive brown, mossy oak, metallic warm olive with a green gold duochrome flip, desert sand, matte creamy beige, concealer, matte caramel brown. The second row has Combat, metallic silvery bronze champagne, hideout, matte warm tan, fatigue, a matte rich olive green, training camp, metallic warm bronze gold, camo, a metallic rich golden olive, and mud, a matte rich brown. Let's break it down by formula. The mattes, in my opinion, is what makes this palette awesome. I found that they're pigmented, easy to use, and easy to blend. These are very beginner friendly shadows. I didn't experience any patchiness or difficulty blending with any of these shades. There is some kick up, there is some fallout, and if you're not too careful, the fallout can remain, especially with some of the darker mattes in this palette, but if you do act fast, they can sweep away pretty quickly. What I love about these particular mattes is that I can create a really beautiful grungy gradient with them. There's no shade in the palette that overpowers the next. Sometimes with these colors in particular, because they're so earthy and just, you know, shit tones, it can look really muddy, but not these. Like, you can tell that there is a really beautiful gradient between the shades. Regarding longevity, I don't think they're that bad. They're pretty good. By the end of the day, you can see some wear and tear, especially with the darker mattes. I do notice some slight balding, like around the 8 to 9 hour mark, but at that point, it's lasted all day. So I'm not gonna complain about it too much. In that same breath though, I'm actually incredibly impressed because I feel like with shades like these, because they're so fucking muddy and earthy and just grungy and gross, other palettes that I have that kind of have similar colors to this, I find that the longevity lasts like maybe 5 to 6 hours. So the fact that I can get an all day wear out of it is pretty fucking good. I don't have anything negative to say about the color selection. I think each shade just works so perfectly with the next. There's nothing I would replace out of the mattes in this palette. I think everyone serves a purpose. Even the lighter shades, you think they're gonna be too light, they're actually incredibly pigmented. Really enjoy this. Moving on to the shimmers in the palette, there are 4 shimmers and 1 duochrome. So actually, let's talk about the duochrome first. So Mossy Oak is the duochrome in this palette. The duochrome Mossy Oak is not my favorite duochrome of the land. It really depends on what you pair it with to see the shift more evidently. I think when paired with the green shade, especially in the outer corner, you can totally see the shift from green to gold. It's very, very beautiful. It almost has like a twinge of redness to it. It's really pretty. When paired with a brown shade, however, it's just straight up gold. It's pretty, but it's not what I'm looking for. I prefer my duochromes to have incredible strong shifts that no matter what you pair it with, you're going to see the shift clearly. That said, it adhered nicely with the brush and some glitter glue. For the shade to be more impactful, I will say that you would definitely need to do a little bit of layering. When used with the finger, you get instant payoff, but it's a bit messy. As for the remaining shimmers in the palette, they were lovely. I used some NYX glitter glue, and for the most part, the shades kind of stayed in place. But there was still a tiny amount of glitter bukkake, making it a little bit difficult to clean. Much like the duochrome in this palette, all you need is like maybe 1 to 2 coats to make a more subtle look. I'm incredibly pleased that these layer as well as they do to build up intensity, because nothing beats a good fingering. So if you want something more impactful, use your finger. And with all the layering, I'm happy to say that I do not experience any weird texture issues with these shadows. You're not going to be having crunchy bits or wrinkly ball texture. Everything is going to look in place. I think the biggest con about the finger application though is how messy it can be. It created a lot of fallout that was a little bit difficult to clean. So for me, I would definitely have to do my eyeshadow first and then my base, because otherwise I'm just going to look like I fucked a disco ball all day, and nobody has time for that. As for the longevities, much like the mattes, these pretty much stayed into place until about the 8-hour mark, and then I did notice a bit of fading. But the fact that it lasted for 8 hours is still pretty fucking good. I will say that throughout the day, everything did stay into place, so while it is a little bit messy, I didn't experience any rogue sparkles trying to have sex with me. So that's great. Y'all, this is a fun fucking palette. Is this the best formula in the land? No. But it's solid, and I love the looks that I can create with it. This will get the job done, and it will take little to no time at all. For me, what makes a palette a standout is how easy it is to use, and if I find myself reaching for this repeatedly. And I'll be honest, I have been reaching for this a lot, because I really, really love that you can create really beautiful looks in such a little amount of fucking time. This is a great palette if you want something that's fast and quick and the end result is going to be beautiful. I'm obsessed with these gross, earthy, baby shit tones. These are my bread and fucking butter. And while it is a neutral palette, this is definitely a grungy neutral palette. So it kind of gives a little edge in the basic bitch department. I think you can get a nice variety of looks in this palette. There's nothing that I would take out. All the shimmers, they are so different too. They have like different undertones. Like I think everything in this palette is perfect. And I really love the fact that it doesn't feel like I'm making the same look over and over again. This palette has versatility, it has depth, it has dimension, it has it all, bitch. So whether you're looking for something casual or just fucking dramatic when you're going to Trader Joe's, whatever it is, this palette can achieve that. This is a great everyday palette, a palette that will not only one, come into the grave with me, but definitely come with me on vacation when I go away next week. Anyway. With that said, since this palette is already on sale, I think the price point is very appropriate for what kind of quality this is. And I feel like this is on par with other products that I have from this brand. Now, I will say I'm not entirely sure if this palette is going to drop any further. So if you are interested, I would recommend checking this out. And the fact that it's already on sale, you don't have to be like me, pay full motherfucking price for it. So it's a win-win, bitch.
KKW Highlighter. Brighten and add a radiant and natural shimmer to the cheekbones, cupid's bow, nose, corners of the eyes, and collarbones. These 3 new shades of highlighter powder singles will effortlessly glide on to add a perfect glow.
So this highlighter comes in 3 different shades. I picked up the shade Victory, which is described as like a shimmering warm ivory. So this retails for $26, however you can get it on sale for $21.60. I absolutely love the packaging. I think it's really, really pretty. Again, it kind of fits the whole camo flair. I love that you get a mirror in the highlighter, and the mirror is really good quality. So I was able to, you know, do whatever the fuck this is using this little compact. And I pretty much run out of nice things to say about it. This was very, very lackluster for me. I was able to achieve something today, but it took a bit. Upon initial application, this bitch is blinding. She's a bit powdery, but she's blinding. Unfortunately, it's the kind of formula that once you start to kind of like blend out and buff into the skin, it starts to disappear. And it's beyond fucking annoying. To me, this is a great inner corner highlight. It's fucking perfect as an inner corner highlight. Anything beyond that, good luck. I mean, I was able to do something today. I had to apply this 4 fucking times. Not even joking. I found the formula to be incredibly powdery and just lacked emollient. If I don't buff or blend into the skin, it just kind of, I don't know, it like sits on top of it. And then it emphasizes all this weird dry texture that I didn't realize I had right here, okay? I didn't realize my student loan stress lines started to fucking crack and go up to this part of my fucking face. That was annoying to notice. It's like dries my skin out. It's the weirdest thing. Now, my preference for highlighters is something that is like incredibly slick and smooth. The kind of formula that blends and buffs into the skin just so perfectly, giving you the appearance of food poisoning. Nothing is sexier than seeing your cheekbones glisten from that salmonella poisoning. I tried my hardest to kind of get that formula to have that feel. And again, like I feel like I kind of achieved it, you know, but at what cost? It took me 4 applications to kind of build up this much. This is like a fucking baby slut. Ooh. That came out really weird. I wouldn't even call this diet slut. I would call this like 0 calorie cottage cheese slut. You know what I mean? Like it's not giving me anything here. I hate it. I know there's a good amount of people that do love a subtle highlighter. Not me, bitch. I'm not one of them. But if you are someone that loves a subtle highlighter, you know, I actually wouldn't even recommend this. Even though you do get like a little bit of a subtle glow, it does take a bit of product for you to achieve that. So no, I would recommend you getting anything else but this product. I would steer clear of this if I were you. If you were interested, I would just steer clear of it. Just don't even waste your time. This is something that you can totally skip. There are so many beautiful highlighters in the market, whether you want something alien slut or something that is really, really subtle, like a substitute teacher. What? I don't even know what that fucking means. I'm sorry to my substitute teachers. I'm sure y'all are pretty slutty too. What is a career that's not so slutty? Let's say air traffic controller. Honestly, you probably shouldn't be because you don't want to distract. Anyway, sorry. I just took a long walk to nowhere. Bottom line, there's a lot of beautiful shit on the market. Don't fucking waste your time with this. Even when it's on sale, bitch, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time on powdery bullshit that will give you nothing but blue balls. Not worth it. Anyway, now I want to hear from y'all. Let me know down below if you're going to be picking up anything from KKW Beauty as we approach the rebrand. I honestly will die if it is Kim Vegan Beauty. I will fucking die. I'm coining it now. Kim Vegan Beauty or Vegan Kim Beauty. Oh my God, it'd be so funny. All right, anyway, let me know if you're going to be picking up anything or I don't know if there's anything that you want to pick up from the brand, or are you going to be like, sayonara, bitch? Maybe I might pick up something in the future. Let me know because I'd love to hear from y'all. And with that said, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it as always. Feel free to like, comment, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. To all my beautiful, wonderful patron babies, I love your adorable little delicious faces. I cannot wait to gobble them all up, and then you can live inside my belly and it will be amazing. Probably not for you. But I mean, we can try. If you want to know what is currently on my face, where to get my palette, my merch, my podcast, bloopity blah blah, everything will be listed in the blah 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 down below. And I'll see you little pumpkins later. Bye.